This is a special update that we wanted to present those who keep up with our ministry content. Many of you are aware of the fact that for several years I have been sharing with you various dreams. Several of them appeared to be more visions than dreams of massive tsunamis that would strike different parts of the world at different times. Now, most of us know as well that any tsunami occurring in the ocean usually occurs because, or always occurs because, either there has been a piece of land, a large chunk of land that drops off into the ocean in a coastal area, but likely and more likely caused by some type of an earthquake. Now, the recent earthquake that occurred on the peninsula of Russia was about an 8.8 quake, only just a few points less than the one that hit the area of, or affected the territory of Indonesia and different parts of that part of the world, which was a 9.1. People don't realize that once the quakes get that large, every point matters and changes the entire situation of that particular area or surrounding area. Well, anytime you have an earthquake on a coastal region or in the ocean especially, you're going to have a tsunami. Now, as you know, if you kept up with the reports, there was a tsunami that started there in that peninsula area, and it spread out all the way across what is called the, actually it's part of the Ring of Fire, and most of you know what that is. Now, there were warnings in Hawaii, there were warnings on the West Coast, and there were still some after effects, very small after effects possibilities in certain other nations. One of the things that concerned me about Hawaii when I heard about that area was this. Hawaii is actually a chain of islands. Some of them are larger, some of them are smaller. We have been on most of those during our travels to that, I started to say to that part of the world, to that part of the United States, off the mainland, you know. And I can tell you that on the islands, especially on the smaller islands, that you have two-lane roads averaging, you know, on an average. The two-lane roads actually go around the island. And anytime that there was a tsunami warning, as there was this time, which was one that was pretty serious because of the magnitude of the earthquake, what happened was that people in their automobiles, the traffic gets completely stopped for different reasons. Sometimes somebody may run out of gas way up in the front, and you know the traffic gets stalled. And there was several places where the traffic was stalled. There were several places where gates that these very wealthy individuals opened. They owned it's part of their property, that road. They had to open the gates to let some people through and some traffic through. Now, this is the part that I want to get to, which is, from my perspective, is very significant and very important. One of the reasons that from time to time we will come to you and share with you from the realm of the Holy Spirit the things that we feel like that we're seeing is because we don't want to do it after the fact. Now, if you come along and say, oh yeah, I told two people that was going to happen. Well, that doesn't add to your credibility, because anybody can make a statement at any time, oh yeah, I saw that and I told my mom and dad about it, or my sister or brother about it. But if you make it publicly known that this is something that you've seen and you believe it is a warning, then you have literally maybe tens of thousands, maybe more than that, people that hear about it. And so when it happens or something takes place that's very similar to what you've seen, individuals will then say, I remember him saying that. And a lot of times they'll go back to the content that you've created on social media to say, yeah, this was like a year ago. This was 2 years ago. So here's what I want to share with you. This is only the beginning. Now, I know that's not great news for people living in coastal areas and on islands, but this is only the beginning. Now, there's a reason that I know this is only the beginning, because I'm going to share this with you, and I'm going to share it just on this particular taping that I'm doing here. What I have seen for years, and there was a time that every 2 weeks I was experiencing tsunami dream, and some people interpret that to mean it's a metaphor for trouble that you're experiencing and things like that, and I guess it could be in some instances that, but these involved people, these involved homes, this involved actual locations, And I'm going to share this with you. And when I share this with you, I want you to understand something. Some of the things that I've seen, it's 4 to 5 years before they ever happen. The 9/11 attack, where the World Trade Center was shrouded in black, it was in 98, 99, 2000. That was it was actually 96. In 1996, when I saw it, that is 5 years until it took place. So when you hear these things, it doesn't mean, oh my goodness, I need to leave, I need to get out, I need to make a plan. Only if you are led by the Holy Spirit to do that would you do that. This could be months off, or it could be years off. We don't know. I don't know, because I'm never given a particular time frame. But I have seen a wave coming on the West Coast, and it appeared to me, I didn't get a measurement, but in my spirit, it appeared to me to be 80 to 100 foot high. So one of the things that puzzled them was, why weren't the waves higher? The tsunami averaged 2 foot, 1 foot, 2 foot, 4 foot in waves that actually came ashore, which did very little damage, if any. Why weren't those waves bigger? And there's a list of explanations that they give on that I won't go into detail with. But there will come something that will create on the West Coast a wave about 80 to maybe 100 foot high. Now, how do I know? Because I've seen this on about 3 different occasions. Very detailed. People were trying to flee from the coastal areas and get up into those mountains in Southern California, at least in the area where I was, in this dream. And sometimes, like I said, it's more like a vision. The other thing that was evident, and this has happened for several years as well. Now, just to be upfront with you, I've not had any of these recently, but I'm reminding you of what we have seen, that from Baltimore to Charleston, something had happened where something had come in, and it was a wave. And to me, it looked like about a 2 feet inland of water, about 2 feet, maybe 3 feet. But people were moving that were at home, in their homes, were going upstairs to get away from the water damage that was going to take place in the lower level of their homes. And this was right on that coastal area of what we would call Maryland, all the way through South Carolina. So I did see South Carolina, and also saw the area of Maryland. So those two, and again, I've seen this several times. People that live inland, or people that live in higher elevations inland, usually can become exempt from the physical damage of the waves. However, it does affect roads, it does affect transportation of food, it does affect drinking water. So all those things have to be taken into consideration. I just want to say, though, that these experiences that I have are very real. They stay with me. Now, one of the reasons you know if a dream has come from the Lord to you is a dream that is maybe a restless or troubling dream. If it's not from the Lord, it will leave you within probably a day to 2, and it becomes faint. But when something stays in your spirit that you cannot get away from, that's how you know it's from the Lord. This happened to Daniel in the book of Daniel, where he would see visions of very strange things. And that's why he went on that 21-day fast in Daniel chapter 10, to get understanding of something that troubled him. He could not get away from it. Nebuchadnezzar was the same way. When he awoke, the dream troubled him, that he started calling him in and said, "Tell me, what did I dream? Something is happening." And that's Daniel chapter 2, that great dream about the metallic image that Daniel was able to interpret by the Spirit of the Lord. Now, I would just suggest to people, if I were living in a coastal area, I would definitely have routes to go, ways to go. If there were to be an emergency, I would have maybe people that I could go to, or relatives in other states. But you have to keep in mind, when a tsunami signal is given and it's been a major quake, and maybe you're an hour to 2 hours or 3 hours from that wave coming toward you, the roads are going to be completely packed with people. People are going to be getting fuel. There are going to be a lot of gas stations out of fuel. These are just practical things that happen from, hurricanes. You see that happening during a major hurricane, much less something of this nature. Now, Jesus did warn us that one of the very final signs before he would return would be the sea and the waves roaring. And in a major tsunami, and this is a major tsunami, you hear an echo coming from the sea. It's a very weird sound. Survivors of those from the Indonesian quake describe this. The water normally moves out, and when you see water moving out, you better get out of the way and get somewhere higher. And then the wave comes in. That's the traditional trajectory of a sign of a tsunami. But I do want to say this, that I would have preparations. I would have get up and go bags. There's different names for them, that would have extra water. And anytime you happen to travel on the road in the situation of a possible gas prices normally go up, but people sometimes during electrical power shortages or different things if you have a situation, which we've had this happen one time in one of our major meetings where the hackers hacked something out, and some of the gas stations you could not use credit cards, but you could use cash. So remember in using cash and traveling to always try to use 10s, 5s, 20s, or a lot of 1s because of small bills. And also the dollars work better in vending machines if you're staying at a hotel or something of that nature. One guy told me, he said, if a tsunami's coming at my hotel, forget the dollar. He said, I'm going to break the glass. And I said, no, that's probably not fair to everybody else. Don't go doing something like that. But it's not a time, Jesus said that men's hearts would fail them for fear of looking after the things which are coming, the things that are out there, the things being predicted on the earth. So we're in the time of the end. We're in the time of the signs. That is not bad news. For us who are believers, honestly, we have nothing to be afraid of. The best thing to do is just be prepared for storms, be prepared for power outages, be prepared for these natural disasters, that they are going to increase as the birth pains of the Messiah, Matthew 24, verse 8, begin to increase. But I did want to tell you that this one that we saw was not the ones that this one that the world saw, the 8.8 little tsunami in the area that came in was not the ones that I saw, but I think it's like the smaller birth pain leading to the bigger ones. We know that there's some faults being found on land. There's some really major faults being found in oceans, the Pacific Ocean. There's something just discovered out. It's been out there actually in the Canary Islands. So knowing these things, absolutely knowing these things, it's not, in other words, don't put your head in the sand. You need to stay in prayer, stay alert, keep your spirit sensitive to the Lord, because the Lord could actually give you direction for your life, or He could open doors in areas that, could be more safer areas. So keep all of that in mind, okay? Well, I wanted to share that with you, and I just wanted to say, if you always keep watching, there's something special that we make available to you. And hit that subscribe button if you have not done so, and subscribe to our channel. And we are hoping to reach 1 million subscribers, in the next couple months, but we can only do that if we have your help. And we just love staying in touch with you and appreciate so much the meetings, the prayers. We just got back from a meeting, hundreds and hundreds of people packing the building out, and we're having great meetings. To God be the glory of great things He has done, and He's going to continue to do. God bless you.
God has reserved the revelation of many prophetic mysteries for the time of the end, a time when knowledge shall increase. Daniel declared, "None of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand." This powerful truth is what inspires us to host an annual prophetic summit, bringing together America's leading speakers and revelators, all gifted in discerning and interpreting end-time events. The 2025 Summit featured 14 powerful services with 7 prophetic leaders that Perry Stone is now making available to you in this special Manifest TV offer. When you order, you'll experience these 5 insightful messages from Perry. Is Trump a reformer leading a great American reset? Feasting on the wrong blood, Christians that are fellowshipping with demons. Why is God shaking churches and ministries before the rapture? The Vision, chastisement because of defiant Christians, the nomophobia strike. How angelic demonic wars in heaven are affecting weather on earth. Joseph Z. illustrated his unique insights on the whiteboard with a revelation on the spirit of Elijah, the future of America. Bill Cloud brought Hebraic insight to the summit with these 2 messages. He is about to turn the tables over. He trains my hands for war. Mark Biltz used PowerPoint illustrations and charts to reveal Hebrew nuggets in his 2 teachings. Genesis mysteries from the Hebrew language. birth pangs of the final redemption. John Kilpatrick posed the question, "The earth is speaking. Are you listening?" Plus, Jonathan Cahn expounds with a powerful message tracing the dragon's attack on Israel, and Mario Murillo hits hard with his message, "Away with the sissy false prophets." All 14 messages are now available on DVD for $95 and audio CD or USB drive for $65. This offer is also available for purchase as a digital audio download and video on demand when you visit perrystone.org. DVDs and video on demand include all PowerPoints, whiteboards, scriptures, and illustrations shown by the speakers. You'll receive over 14 hours of prophetic teaching, an investment in knowledge, understanding, and wisdom. Your purchase helps Perry Stone Ministries continue a global outreach. To order, visit perrystone.org or call toll-free 1-888-21-BREAD. That's 1-888-212-7323. Or write to Perry Stone, P.O. Box 3595, Cleveland, Tennessee 37320. Include your check and the appropriate offer number. For DVDs, use offer number 25PS-DVD. For CDs, use offer number 25PS-CD. And for USB drive, use offer number 25PS-USB. If you love biblical prophecy, this could be your greatest spiritual investment in 2025. We look forward to hearing from you soon.
Searching for a message that inspires and uplifts, delivered precisely when you need it? Perry Stone offers immediate access to a vast collection of teachings grounded in God's Word. Visit perrystone.org/downloads to explore over 400 digital audio teachings in MP3 format, compatible with any device. Simply select your teaching, complete your purchase, and receive an instant download link, both on the checkout page and via email. Click Save As to store it securely, ensuring unrestricted access whenever you need it. For those who prefer video, perrystone.tv provides a dedicated video-on-demand platform featuring the latest conferences, teaching series, and Perry Stone's current manifest messages, all available instantly. This direct approach eliminates shipping fees and delays, especially beneficial for international audiences as it bypasses prolonged transit times. Plus, when making international purchases, your payment card automatically converts foreign currencies to your home currency using the exchange rate provided by the payment network, simplifying the transaction process. Whether audio or video, it's a timely, impactful word ready whenever you are.